Okay, fine. We shall try to find the number of stars in the baseline first. Okay. First, you need to observe one thing here. See, the height is given as 3 in this test case, right? In this case, the height is 3. So we shall find the number of stars in first triangle initial. It will be 2h, 2 into height. Means height is 3, right? So to the left of this star in the baseline, you will have h number of stars, 1, 2, 3. To the right of the star also you will have h number of stars, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's how in the first triangle 2 into h plus 1 for this star. Okay, in the first triangle I'm talking about, in the first triangle in the baseline you will have 2 into h, 2h plus 1 stars plus, till here we completed. Now these many stars we need to find. Just remember that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 till to complete till here we have 6 stars, right? It is h plus h, 2h. You can also find it in this way. In every triangle also you will have 2h plus 1 stars, just like how we had here, but we have already counted this star, right? So we need to subtract that 1 star out from 2h plus 1 stars of this triangle, which is 2h. In the same way, even this triangle will have 2h plus 1 stars, but we already counted this star, so minus 1, 2h plus 2h. So in this way, how many times you need to do? How many times? We'll see how many times we need to do. Here they gave quantity equal to 5. So I forgot to tell you one thing. We need to categorize this for odd number of triangles initially, for quantity equal to odd number. This is first category. The second one is when quantity equal to even number of triangles. Right. Now in odd number of triangles, observe that here the quantity is 5, right? So when the quantity is odd number, the triangles which are in the correct position will be more. See this, here 3 triangles are in correct position. Here when quantity is 7, 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles are in correct position. See, when the quantity is 3, 2 triangles are in correct position. So q by 2 plus 1 number of times we need to do. Why q by 2 plus 1 number of times? Because the number of stars in the baseline are equal to total number of stars in all the triangles which are in the correct way, right? Is it making any sense? Total number of stars of all the triangles which are in the correct way. That's what we are finding here, right? So you have to repeat it. For the first time we have already calculated this number of stars for the first triangle. After that, this 2h, how many times you need to repeat means q by 2. Why q by 2? There q is equal to 5. First, for the first triangle B, here you will have 3 triangles in the correct way. 3 triangles in the correct way. And for one triangle we have already calculated 2h plus 1 stars, and for remaining how many triangles will be there? 2 triangles, which is q by 2, which is equal to 2. This will work for every odd number of triangle scenario. Okay, I will tell you it, I will demonstrate it now. Let us complete this first. 2h plus 1, 2 into height. What is height? 3. 2 into 3 6 into 3 plus 1 plus 2 into 2h. Okay, into h. What is h? 3. So these will be the number of stars in the baseline, total number of stars in the baseline. 2 into 3 6 plus 1 7 plus 4 into 3 12. 19 stars will be there. Let's calculate this. 5 and 4. Right, we got 19 stars. Now let's check if the case is q equal to 7. Okay, and height equal to 3, I guess. Q equal to 7, height equal to 4, let's say. Height equal to 4. Now number of stars in the baseline, 2h plus 1 stars. See, why 2h plus 1 again? To the left of this star you will have h stars. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. The height is 7. Even on the right side you will have h stars. Okay, h plus 1 star, 2h plus 1. All the stars we have calculated already now. And in the remaining triangles which are in the correct position, they will have, each such triangle will have 2h plus 1 stars, and the star we have already calculated, so minus 1. We will have 2h plus 1. Okay, now we shall try to print these things. Okay, these lines, the lines between starting line and the baseline. Fine, we are done with this also, number of spaces before the first star. Okay, now after printing these many spaces, you will be printing a star, and you should print some spaces. How many spaces you need to print, we shall try to derive a formula for that. Okay, observe this here. How many spaces you need to print? See, you are in level 1 now. Okay, in level 1, number of spaces consumed here is 2, plus number of spaces consumed here is 2, plus 1 space for this star. Okay, so far we didn't get any formula. Let's put it aside. 2 into 2 plus 1. Okay, for level 1. Okay, now we shall see for this number of stars, how many stars we need to print here. Check this, you are at level 2. Okay, this is level 0, this is level 1, this is level 2. You are at level 2, and number of spaces, 2 spaces. Okay, so the number of steps here is the level number. Number of steps is equal to the level number. Okay, 1 2. So 4 spaces were consumed here. Level number into 2. So level number is L into 2. You got it right? Only these spaces I have calculated, plus the same thing even here also you will have same number of spaces. So into 2 plus we didn't calculate spaces for these 3 stars, right? These 3 stars. So how we will get to know that we have 3 stars here? Simple, 2 into L. What is 2 into L? 2 into level number, 2 into 2. You are getting 4, right? Minus 1, 3. Check this. 2 into level number. 2 into what is level number? 4. Level number is 2. 2 into 2 is 4. Minus 1, 3. For these 3 stars, you got that. Now let's see this here, whether the formula which we derived, whether this works or not. We'll check here. Number of stars, number of spaces. Okay, we are at level 3. number of steps is 3, which is equal to level number, which is 3 into 2, because we are using 2 spaces. 6 into another 2, because even here the same number of spaces are printed. Okay, let's check. 3 level number into 2 into 2, because on right side also, in this side also, we have same number of spaces, plus 2 into L. What is L? 3 minus 1. How many? 5 stars, right? 2 into 3 minus 1, 5. Fine. 6, 12 plus 5, 17. You need to print 17 spaces here. Okay, 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, how much? 12 plus 5, 17 spaces here. The same way you can calculate for other levels as well. Okay, number of spaces between stars. Okay, for stars at position even. I'll tell you what is position even, position odd. Okay, position even means this is, let's say, 0th star. Okay, 0th star, first star, second star. Why I kept position even means 0 is even number, 1 is odd number, 2 is even number, and let's say this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is even. These are all triangles which are at even number of position. Okay, that's what I meant by this, at position even. Okay, because the triangle which is at odd position, I mean this one here, number of spaces is different from this, right? So we shall try to calculate this, how many number of spaces and how to calculate that. So please observe this thing. The level, you are at level 1, right? When you see with this triangle, it's fine. Let's say you are at level 1 and the number of spaces here will be equal to number of spaces here. Okay, why? Because the level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the level number of this level with respect to this triangle is equal to the level number of this triangle. Okay, this level for this triangle is equivalent to this level for this triangle. Okay, so the number of spaces which you will be getting here, those number of spaces you should be printing here. How will you find number of spaces which you will be getting here? How will we find this? Simple. Now you are at level 1, right? Level 1, and you found these things, these spaces. Okay, we got a formula. Where is that? Where is the formula? Yes, this is the formula, right? So just put a level number here. Just put level number here. This level number, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you put 6 there, you will get number of spaces that would be printed here. The same number of spaces you will print here. Okay, now how will you get what the level number of this? Okay, fine, we got number of spaces here. Now we need to print number of spaces here. We have discussed that number of spaces here will be equal to number of spaces here. Okay, now how to get this level, how to get number of spaces here? Fine, now this level is the last but one level. Okay, you are currently in first level. To get into last but one level, you need to do h, height minus 1. that 1 is this level number, right? So height minus L. In height minus Lth level, how many spaces you will be having here, that many spaces you need to print here. Okay, simple, easy. Now you need to find h minus Lth level. We already have the formula for number of spaces between stars for triangles. I'm sorry. And now number of spaces between stars for triangles at position odd equal to h minus L. You got it right? Why h minus L? Let me tell you again. You are at first level. Okay, now you have already got these spaces. You have printed a star and you have to print these many spaces. Fine. Now these many spaces will be present in this triangle only at last but one level. You are at first level, so the number of spaces you need to print here will be present in last but one level. If you are in second level, the number of spaces you need to print here will be present in last but second level. If you are in third level, the number of spaces here will be present in last but third level. So if you are at Lth level, let's say if you are at Lth level, then number of spaces which has to be printed after star is equal to the number of spaces which will be present at h minus Lth level, which is just put h minus L in the place of L. That's all. Into 2. You can also simplify this, but for the sake of understandability, I haven't done it. You can do it in your program. Okay, this is the number of levels, number of spaces. Okay, let's put it there. Shit. Okay, fine. Now we have printed these spaces also. Okay, now zeroth triangle over, first triangle over. Now we have come to again second triangle, which is even number, right? Now you have to print these many spaces. You have to print these many spaces. How much will it be? L is 1 into 2 into 2, 4 plus 2 minus 1, 5. Okay, you have 5 spaces here. 1 2 1 2 and 1 space for star. Fine. So we have got, I think we've got formulas for all the repetitive operations we need to do. Okay, so what we have to do now is simply we need to put all these formulas one by one in a good structured format, so that it will print this pattern. Okay, now we shall try to put all the stuff we have so far derived in a proper format in an algorithm. Let's try to design an algorithm. Okay, here. Okay, we'll try it in new page. Now let's try it for some I equal to 0. I'll explain you. I less than or equal to h, I plus plus. Okay, now why did we get this? You need to print the number of lines we need to print totally will be height plus 1. What is height? 7 plus 1 lines we need to print. In this case 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, same way here, when height is 4 you need to print height plus 1 lines 5. See, height is 4 5, height is 3 4. So to print these lines I am putting that there will be some logic here which will be printing each line. So we need to print h plus 1 lines. So I have created a loop which will be iterating h plus 1 times. 0 to h is h plus 1. Okay, h is height. And now we will be printing the first line. Okay, now we already derived a formula for number of spaces before first star at first line. So check if it is first line or not. How we will check it? If I equal to 0, I equal to 0, if I equal to 0, then just print these many spaces. Print these many spaces. Spaces. Okay, we are done till here. Till here spaces are printed. Now we shall print stars. We have derived a formula for this also. Number of stars in the not base line, in the first line, right? So print these many stars. Print these many stars. Okay, fine. Now we are done with complete line 1. Line 1 is done. Okay, how will you print stars here? Means star and beside the 2 spaces, because we have spaces also, right? We will also see this in practicals in very short time. Okay, first let's learn about this algorithm. Done. You got this, right? If it is first line, we will be printing these many spaces and these many stars. Fine. Now we will go to second line. So we have already derived formula for this also. Number of spaces before first star at level n, level L, let's say level L. It's not level n, level L. At level L is this. So just print. No, it is not first line. Else if j is it I? Else if I greater than 0 and I less than or equal to h minus 1. Okay, why h minus 1? Because at level h and at level 0 we will be printing it manually. So you need to print this pattern you need to follow until last but one level. So that's the reason we are putting here h minus 1. Okay, fine. Now number of spaces should be printed here. We already have a derived formula for the number of spaces before first star at level L. So simply print these many spaces. Okay, print spaces. Okay. Yeah, you have print those many spaces, and next you need to print star and spaces and another star. Okay, now you also need to check this thing also. You need to check whether this is a even triangle at position even or triangle at position odd. This triangle at position even, 0th triangle. This is first triangle, this is second triangle. So if it is any triangle at even position, now here you also need to loop it. Okay, you need to loop this. How many times you need to loop this? 2 3 total number of triangles given. So q, you have to loop it q times. For j equal to 0, j less than q, j plus plus. Okay, here you need to check if it is a triangle at even position or odd position. Okay, j less than j percentile 2 not equal to 0. Okay, let's say it is equal to 0 first. If it is a triangle position at even position. Okay, how should we print there? First you need to print one star, and then how many number of spaces? Let's put it in some method. Okay, print star and spaces. Okay, here you will be printing one star, and you need to print these many spaces. Okay, we already have derived a formula even for that. Number of spaces between stars for triangular position even. You need to print these many spaces here. Print these many spaces, and after that you need to print another star. Okay, to complete. Okay, we are done with this. The spaces in the middle, and you are done up till this point. Okay, we are done with these things so far. Just call it here. We are done till here, right? Okay, fine. Now you need to print. Okay, let me I forgot one thing. You need to give level number here. J is the level. No, not J. I is the level number. Okay, I equal to 0 to H, right? I is the level number. You need to give I here. Next, if it is a triangle at odd position, number of spaces is, so even for this we have to write a formula. Number of spaces between stars for triangle at position odd. These many spaces we need to print. Else simply print these many spaces. Okay, that's it. Now we are done up till this point also. Now again for the next time, j, let's say j equals to, initially it will be 0, right? This will be printed. Next j will be 1. Number of spaces, these being number of spaces will be printed. Next j equal to 2, which is even. What will happen if it is even? It will go into this. Again a star will be printed. What is that? Star will be printed, and number of spaces, these many number of spaces will be printed, because the level is same, right? I is 1. Okay, so those many spaces will be printed, and after that star will be printed. Okay, I hope you got it. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comment section. I will try to explain you personally. Okay, fine. We are done with these two lines. Now next line, when I equal to 2. Okay, I equal to 0, we don't get into this loop, and I equal to 2 will get into this loop. Here print h minus l. What is h minus l? Okay, I'm sorry, this should be I, h minus I in this case, because I is level, right? Here I, wherever I used it, h minus I, and fine, good to go. Now when I equal to 2, you will get into this else if, and you will be printing h minus h is 7 minus 2. How much is 7? So 5 into 2, 10 plus 2, 12 plus 7 minus 2, 12 plus 5, 17 spaces you will be printing. Let's check if it is correct or not. Here 17 spaces you need to print. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 12 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5, 12 plus 5, 17. We got it right. Now those many spaces will be printed, and then the control will get into this j equal to 0, j less than 2, j plus plus, if it is the triangle at even position. This is triangle at even position only. So we will get into this print star and spaces of I is 2, right? Now you will print a star, then 2 into 2 into 2, 8 plus 2 into what is L, 2, 4, 8 plus 4 how much? 8 plus 4, 12 minus 1, 11 spaces you need to print here. Let's check if it is right or not. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 8 plus 1, 2, 3, 11. Yes, we are right. Now it will print up till this point. Okay, up till this point. Up till here we are done. Now it will, now when again for j equal to 0 we are done with that iteration. Now j will be equal to 1 for this triangle at odd position. Okay, now j equal to 1, it will not get into this, it will get into this. Just print h, these many spaces. Okay, what is h? H is 7 minus I is 2, right? 5 into 2 into 2, which is 5. Okay, actually here we have a small mistake here in this formula. Number of spaces between stars per triangle at position odd. Here not even here health level, number of spaces which had to be printed after star, h minus l into 2 into 2 into 2 into l. This is not 2 into l, this is h minus l, h minus l minus 1, because when number of spaces between stars per triangle at position even, if it is this, okay, we are just calculating at position h minus l, just replace l with h minus l. The same thing we'll do here. Okay, this is not I, this is h minus I, h minus I spaces. Cool. Now we shall find when j equal to, where are we, j equal to 1 and j equal to 1 and I equal to 2, j equal to 1, I equal to 2. So how much will we get this? 4 minus 7 minus 2, 5 into 2 into 2, which is 20, plus 2 into h minus I, which is 7 minus 2, which is 5, 20 plus 2 into 5 minus 1, 20 plus 9, 29 spaces. We have already verified that here we have 29 spaces, so even these spaces will be printed, and after that j will become 3. In the next iteration it will come here, no, j will become 2, and it will go into this thing. It will print 1 star and it will print 2 into 2 into 2, how much? 8 plus 2 into 2 minus 1, 8 plus 3, 11 spaces. Okay, 11 spaces. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 8 plus 1 2 3 11. Fine, it will print another star as well. Okay, where is that star? 11 spaces, star. Done. We are done with all these three. In the same way, for the next level also, first number of spaces will be calculated and this will be printed, and number of spaces will be calculated and printed, then this will be printed. Okay, you can trace out with the algorithm. That's how it will print till this point. Okay, now we haven't handled this thing yet. We need to handle this. Okay, let's try to do that now. Else is ending here. Fine. Now else if j I equal to h, means if it is the last level, just print, we already calculated it, right? Number of stars in the baseline is this much. Okay, just print these many stars, print these many stars. That's it. Before that, you need to print two spaces. Print two spaces. You should not do that. You should not write 2 here. You will use this formula only. Where is that? Number of spaces at level L. Use this only. Don't hard code it. These many spaces. Fine. Check this. This will work here also. H minus L. What is H? H is 7 minus this last level. Level is 7. Okay. 0 into 2 is 0 plus 2 plus H minus L. 2 plus 7 minus 7. You will have two spaces will be printed. Fine, then you will be printing these many stars. That's all. That's it. You are done now. But this is not the complete algorithm. This will work only if quantity is odd. Okay, we shall try to execute this in Eclipse in JR runtime environment. After that, we shall discuss for even, because after executing this, it will be very easy to write the code for even also. Just with 2-3 changes, this algorithm will change and it will work for even also. Fine. Okay, see this, I've just created a sample class and I've just created a main method, and let us try to code all these things. Okay, let's copy this and let's try to resolve one by one. Okay, just number of spaces. What is the number of spaces? Just print these many spaces. How will you do this? Let's put it in a for loop. Okay, less than this much. What is h initially? H is height. Let's say something, some height, and int q quantity equal to 3. Okay. Fine, just remove this. Now a plus plus this out. Just print space. Okay. remove this. Now you need to print these many stars. Just put it in a for loop. Okay. Control C, Control V. Just remove this. Okay. Into H, into in the same way, do the same thing for this thing. This also. Just copy this. Remove this and int j, print star and spaces. Let's create a method. What should be there in this? This thing. Okay, this is out. Print a star. Same thing here also. Next, to print these many spaces, let's write another method. Okay, print spaces. Okay, just to print those many spaces. Okay, simple, done. Okay, print spaces L. This is not I, this is L. Okay, fine. This is I. Level number, right? Level number, fine. Okay. Now the same thing here also. Just call the same thing. Print space only. But the level number is h minus I. Just give h minus I to it. Print spaces. Where is print spaces? Sorry, why can't I find it? Print space. Why am I unable to find that method? What's the problem? It's not a static method. What's the reason? Where are we? Print space. That's all. Okay. This is h minus I. Okay. Fine. Please let me know if you have any doubts in the comment section. I'll try to explain them. Okay. Now this thing. Print h minus L. These many spaces. Just call this thing. H minus I. Print h minus I. Okay. Now print these many stars. I'll just copy this thing. This is star, right? Same thing here. Into H, 2 into H. Okay, just print stars here. Okay, fine. We are done. Let's check if it is working for us. I think it will work. Okay, we are getting one error. What's that? Sorry, we used println. What we need to use? Print. Okay, print. After this, you need to go for next line. ln. Okay, and after printing each line here, okay, after printing each line here, you need to go for next line. Also, you need to remove this here also. Remove. Fine. The mistake is we found the mistake and it is here. We should not call here. It is recursively calling the same function. We should not call this. We need to print spaces here, right? After printing star, we need to print spaces here, right? Now let's check. Okay, we are getting this in this way vertically. Let's see what's the problem. Okay, println is there. Okay, now okay, there is a problem here. Okay, we should not give h minus I, just print it manually here. Okay, how many spaces you are giving between each vertex, between each star? Here I am giving 2, right? 2, so I will manually print it 2. Right, now let's check. Sorry, what happened? It's not println, it's print. Fine, we got it. Okay, done. Congrats. Now let's check for some other cases. When q equal to, let's say 7. Okay, let's check if it is working or not. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 triangles. Okay, height 1 2 3 4 5, height is 5. Now let's see, let's give some height is 3. Let's check. Okay, 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 triangles. Let's give height as 10. Okay, let's give height as 10. Fine. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 triangles with height 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Height is 10. Okay, let's give quantity as 1. Let's check if we get single triangle or not. See, we are getting single triangle. Fine, our code is working. Let's check how. Fine, now this algorithm is only working for if the quantity is given as, if the quantity of triangles is odd. Okay, now we shall make it work even for quantity even. Okay, before that we shall analyze number of base stars and number of Lightman stars in even, in a pattern which contains even number of triangles. Okay, fine. Observe that if the quantity is even number of triangles, then the number of stars in the baseline and number of stars in the first line of that pattern will be same. Okay, observe that. Okay, those will be equal. Okay, but how many stars will be having in baseline? Let's calculate it. It's very easy. Check it. We already discussed the number of stars in the initial, in the first triangle in the baseline will be 2h plus 1, right? 2h plus 1 even here. Number of stars in baseline 2h plus 1 plus how much? Plus remaining number of odd number of triangles. How many will be remaining? Q by 2 minus 1. Okay, plus Q by 2 minus 1. These many odd number, these many triangles will be remaining at odd positions into what? Into 2h. Okay, into 2h. Why 2h? Because in each triangle from here on you will have 2h stars. Let's see for this for better demonstration. Here you already calculated these things, which is 2h plus 1, and after that 2h. What is h? 4. 8 stars will be there. You already calculated this, right? You shouldn't calculate it. And here 8 stars, and you already calculated this. You shouldn't calculate it. Here 8 stars. So 8 into remaining, how many triangles are left at these, how many triangles which are correctly are left. Okay, 1 2, that is Q by 2 minus 1. Just remove this triangle. Okay, half of the triangles will be these and half of the triangles will be inverted triangles. So you have already calculated number of stars for first triangle, so remaining will be half minus 1, which is Q by 2 minus 1, these two into 2h. So that will give you total number of stars in the baseline. Okay, we already discussed the total number of stars in the baseline is same as total number of stars in line 1 or first line. Let's say first line. Okay, fine, this is same. Okay, let's try to put this here. Int base stars equals to, okay, if it is odd, if the quantity is odd, Q percentile 2 equal to not equal to 0, not equal to 0. How much? Okay, base stars equals to this thing. If it is odd, just put base stars. Fine. Now if it is even, base stars equals to the formula which we got here. Two into h, 2 into h. Okay, line 1 stars, first line stars also into first line stars Okay, here first line stars will be okay. If the case is odd, the number of base stars are, this is number of base stars. Control X, Control V. Okay, this is number of base stars. And we've already discussed that this number of stars in line 1 for odd number, for odd number of triangles. If the quantity is odd, then it will be first line stars. Okay, it's equal to base stars minus 2h. Okay, we've already discussed it, right? In the beginning itself we've discussed it. Now if the case is, if the number of quantity of triangles is even, number of base stars is stars equals to this thing. Okay, 2 into h plus, and number of first line stars will be equals to number of base stars. Fine, we are done with this. Now we shall check how our program is working. Let's give even quantity. Sorry, 6. Let's give 6. Okay. We are getting it like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6. We are getting 6 triangles, but this pattern here, it is not completed. Okay, let's see for other cases as well. H equal to 5, Q equal to 6, 2 3 4 5, and here this pattern is not getting completed. Okay, let's see for H equal to 7. Okay, it is odd number, right? H equal to 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, even here the pattern is not getting completed. Okay, fine. We shall see why it is not getting completed. Let's fix it. See this. First line is done. Second line. In second line, where are we? Here. From second line you will get into this, right? In this thing, you will print these many spaces initially, and after that you will print this star and number of spaces and star again, and this is odd number at position odd. 0 triangle, this is 0 triangle, this is first triangle, I mean, so it is at odd position. Here print space h minus I, number of spaces, same number of spaces which are here will be printed here also. Fine. How many times this is happening? This is happening for 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 is Q, right? Okay, Q means number of quantity. Quantity is 8, right? Okay, observe this. Now this pattern of printing the stars, and after that the spaces, and after that stars, and after that spaces, this is executing for Q number of times. Okay, Q is the quantity given, so here it will execute for 8 times. Now what's happening here? After coming to this point, okay, it will be here, right? Okay, it will be here, and it is printing h minus I spaces, which is, what is h? H is 1 2 3 4 5. 5 minus I is 1. 4. At 4th level, how many spaces you will have? These many spaces. It's printing here, even here also. 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2th level means second level. Here these many spaces will be printed. Number of spaces which are present here. These many spaces will be printed here. Okay, and after this space star has to be printed, right? After the last space you need to print star. After last space you need to print star. Same thing here also. So that's what we need to handle now. How can we handle it? So at this point you are printing spaces and it's going to the next line. Okay, so let's handle it here itself. After printing that space, if q quantity given is an even number, then space is out, print a star. Okay, you got it right. After printing these many spaces, you are printing a star. Okay, that's it. In every line, after printing these many spaces, here you will print a star. Fine, hope you got the point. And let's check it, what's happening. Okay, first line stars. Okay, somewhere it is going. Okay, we got it like this. Is this in the for loop? Okay, this should not be in the for loop. That's the mistake, because what's happening here is after printing these things, when j is at odd positions, after printing these things, it is trying to print this star. So that's the reason at every odd position you are getting it. Okay, you need to print only this only after printing all these patterns. When you are here, you need to print it. Okay, hope we got it. Fine, it's working. Congrats. What it's showing, is not used. First line stars. Okay, first line stars, right. Okay, h equal to 5, q equal to 8, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, we got it. Let's give something like h equal to 2, q equal to 8. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Okay, height is 2. Let's give height is 4 and q as 8. Let's check. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and height is 4. Okay, let's check for even numbers as well. It should work for even numbers, odd numbers as well, right? Yeah, we got it. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 triangles we got. Same way, we shall try to give something else. 13 and 7, it's fine. See, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 6 7 triangles you got here. Fine. Okay, is everything clear, right? Please let me know if you have any questions or queries in the comment section. I hope I made it crystal clear for you, and subscribe for this channel to